Shortly, President Biden leaves the White House. He's heading to a Ford electric plant in Michigan. He'll deliver remarks there later on today. He's going to pump up the electric cars and his green agenda. All right, now this. On Larry Kudlow's tax special yesterday, I made the case that the left is threatening our economic recovery. Roll tape, please. I can't believe that in 18 months, we've come from a brilliant economy to neo-socialism. In 18 months. I'm shaking my head. I can't believe this is happening. But, you know, it is popular. I hate to say this, Larry, but we should not ignore politics here. This kind of socialist jealousy, if you've got it, I want it, give it to me now, that is becoming increasingly popular in this country, and it's backed up by the media, and it's awful. Larry Kudlow joins me now. You know, Larry, you didn't look real comfortable whilst I was preaching the virtues of capitalism yesterday. I'm surprised at you, Larry. I was expecting a more enthusiastic response. Gotcha. All right. Look,
righto. Welcome, Pilgrim. Actually, though, I do want to answer. No, I'm just going to say, socialism's not as popular as you think. There's a lot of polling data when you ask the question straight up, capitalism versus socialism. Socialism loses usually by, I don't know, 60-40, something like that. And these tax hikes, which are going to be so bad for the economy if they pass, I don't know that they're going to pass, are increasingly not popular. I mean, I've looked at polls on this. We're going to do some segments on it on our show. They're really not that popular, particularly when you include the jobless impact of raising taxes on businesses and investors who finance businesses that create jobs. So when you go through the right litany and you ask the right questions, you really find a lot of unpopularity for socialism. I don't think the USA is where, you know, Europe was or is or where Britain is. I don't think so.
Okay, I'm glad we're in agreement on that one. I think there's a political split here among the states. I've got 21 states ending the federal unemployment benefit, the extra amount that they were to receive, cutting off federal unemployment benefits, 21 states. They are Republican states, almost entirely Republican. The Democrats are going to keep paying. That is a political split at the state level that's really rather dramatic. Do you think that those Republican states, by cutting off unemployment benefits, are going to grow and expand rapidly and leave the Democrat states behind?
They already are. I mean, they absolutely already are because, look, the first test in this, Stu, was it was the Republican states who led the opening. That was very important, and their unemployment rates, almost to a state, are well below the blue state unemployment that opened late. Now you will see the next step of this is going to be less generous. Remember, state unemployment benefits are still there. You're talking about the federal top-off, which was an extra $300, which, when you have a husband and wife on it, can amount to almost $90,000 or $100,000. So it's a lot. But I'm just saying, as these states lead the way towards less generous benefits, you're going to see them continue to outperform. And already that's beginning. I don't recall the exact number, but it's just less than 20 states. They're almost, I think everyone is a red state. They have already stopped the federal plus-up. So, yes, the answer, look, I always look at it this way, make it real simple. New York, Florida. That's as much as you have to know. New York, Florida. And you see the gap there. New York had just as bad, if not worse, COVID fatalities. New York opened late. New York is still offering massive generous benefits, by the way, even to illegal immigrants, which is a dreadful idea. Florida is so badly outperforming New York, it's unbelievable. So that's the easy way to look at it.
Okay. This afternoon on your show, I believe you have Leon Cooperman on the program with you this afternoon.
Yes.
I remember Leon Cooperman from way back. I think he's a conservative, and I think he really, really opposes Elizabeth Warren, Senator Warren, vigorously. Is that what he's going to say this afternoon?
Well, I'm going to let Leon speak for himself. Leon Cooperman, first and foremost, he's an old friend. He's a very, very brilliant investor, and he's a self-made man. And I think that is so important. And I think he does not agree with a lot of the giveaways and the central planning and the taxing of inheritance and things like that. But mostly, Leon's coming on the show. He's a very dear friend to talk about stocks. I mean, let's have a good discussion of the stock market. Is it slowing down? Is it worried about inflation? Is it worried about interest rates? Is it worried about taxes? That's what we're going to talk about with the great Lee Cooperman.
Excellent. I tend to go more towards the politics and not so much towards the market, but straighten us all out this afternoon on your show. Larry Kudlow with Leon Cooperman. Good stuff.
Sometimes we double. Sometimes we double as a business show.
Why not? All right.